Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It's now January 24. It's about 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we're going to look at IOTA. It's been one of my favorite coins, guys, and it's always going to be one of my favorite coins because every time you trade a coin from when you make a call like this one, guys, let me show you my call here. It was a really good call, guys. Like, it was so good. Do you guys remember my November 2nd call? Come on. I hope some of you guys remember, because you guys sent me a lot of tips for this one, okay? Because I know some people made like $50,000, like more. I know some people that made 250K on this trade because of me. And yeah, it was such a low risk to reward. Like low risk, I mean, and super high reward. Like we're talking about 100% gain. You don't even see where this green line goes up to. But I predicted just the beginning of subwave 1, and we hit it by about 10 cents. I think we hit like about 111 for the first subwave there before a big correction happened there. So yeah, that's why I love IOTA right now. Hey, check out, this is my dog, by the way. That's her when I gave her a bath. It's so funny. This is the first day I brought her home. I was ready to be a dog daddy. She was 8 weeks old there. I drove like 2 hours outside the city to go pick her up. I love her. Luna's awesome. You guys will hear her a lot more in some videos. And I thought that I'd share this as well. It's a funny video. It's one of my friends, Charlie. He prints a picture of Terry Crews and puts it on his trading, by his desk there. And every time he's about to make a bad decision, he looks at the picture just as a reminder of what Terry Crews would look at him like. And it reminds him not to make bad and stupid decisions. So if you guys ever need a reminder of when you're going to do anything stupid, maybe put this in your wallet. Because, if you're going to spend money, he'll give you that look of disapproval, like a parent would. Or if you're going to make a really dumb decision because of FOMO, he'll also give you this look. There's just a few there. I found that really funny. So anyways, I just thought I'd share that. Yeah, so let's go over IOTA. One of my favorite coins. I think the bottom is very near. But before we go over this, we need to go over the very basics so everybody understands the theory behind it. There's always theory introduced in every single one of my videos. It's very important that the concepts become clear over time, even if they're not clear right now. You guys watch, I bet you anything, the people that have been watching my videos for like, 4 or 5 months now, or however long I've been making them, they know a lot of what I know already. And I've been seeing the progression of these people, like Ash. Shout out to you, man. I've seen how you've been training a lot better over the past few months, man. You've been doing an awesome job. Awesome and Elliott Wave, getting a lot better. That's how people should treat technical analysis, right? The more you watch, the more you involve yourself in the crypto space, in the community, in the world of trading, the more you grow, the more you evolve, the more you develop as a trader, the more you acquire these awesome skills that are going to be set for life, guys. You learn how to trade. You can trade in any market. I kid you not, okay? It doesn't matter if it's Forex, anywhere. You can trade penny stocks. Same thing applies. Slight different strategies that are adjusted. I've never traded normal stock markets because it's too boring for me. It's not nearly as interesting as crypto. So I'm going to show you guys something we call Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave denotes 5 impulse waves up on an uptrend. And then after an uptrend, we always get some sort of corrective pattern. And these patterns are super complicated. To this day, I'm still reading a lot about corrective patterns. There's so many Elliott Wave books out there and different variations, despite giving the same general message. But sometimes, different authors will keep modifying and they'll keep revising rules and things like that seem to fit better. And over time, we develop a really cool system with the community that can become a very good trading tool. So we take Elliott Wave and we take a retracement to about 618 here. And then we take retracement for wave 2, only for wave 1. Retracement for wave 4, only for wave 3. If you ever take retracement for just wave 5, you are going to be so screwed, okay? And I'll explain why. So we're going to do a very quick Elliott Wave count to catch up all the newer viewers. And by the way, guys, if you guys really enjoy these videos, you're welcome to donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank, and make sure you guys also upvote. But don't ever feel obligated to donate, just to be very clear, okay? You guys don't ever, like, if you want to let me know I'm doing an awesome job at the beer, we're good. upvote on Steemit. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share to the content as well on social media, which I would really appreciate. I want to make sure a lot of people get more involved in the cryptocurrency community in general. I want to get more people on this bandwagon. Who knows, maybe with enough like-minded people, we can be a catalyst to what can drive the future, which could be cryptocurrency, right? It takes only an individual person to start a trend. And if enough people hop on the wagon, enough people can join it, right? And we can all get there together and be immensely rich in a few years. So, like, I'm talking immensely rich. And the people that have hopped on and early adopters, guys, people have hopped on 5 years ago. I can't even imagine how many millionaires there are in the world right now because of cryptocurrency, right? I got involved 2 years ago, and it's been the best 2 years of my frickin' life, just put it that way. It's been rewarding in every way, you know, emotionally, intrinsically, extrinsically, financially, monetarily. Yeah, so I want to get people involved in cryptocurrency in general. So let's talk about this right here. So Elliott wave, we count 5 waves up here already, just to be very clear for the people that are coming in. And that's where I called the breakout there around 30 something cents. That's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. And the flash crashes always happen because people don't know how to count Elliott waves and they still go long on it leveraged. So yeah, and then after all this happens, we usually get some sort of ABC corrective pattern. And the ABC corrective pattern can come in so many different ways. And I'm actually counting this beautifully right now. I see this as ABC, pretty much, as ABC. And I see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 somewhere. And the reason I see this right here as 2 is very clear to me right here. By a wick, wave 4 does not really retrace into wave 1 territory. If wave 1 acts as a major resistance in any way, I will consider it part of a subwave that's restricting wave 4 from getting up there. So it acts as a resistance, right? So wave 1, the rule for Elliott wave is that wave 4 does not retrace into wave 1 territory, right? So this holds really true. And now we're just waiting for one more wave to form in here. It actually looks like a very small wave, guys. 1, 2, I see this as 3, I see this as 4 again. Remember the rule I was just talking about, guys? The rule about wave 4 not entering wave 1? Well, it also holds true for all the subwaves as well. Look at this right here, okay, just by the wick. That's perfect, right? So now we're just waiting for basically one more wave to form down here. This could be the very bottom. It could literally be the very bottom, like for now, before an attempt is made. So after Elliott wave does ABC, okay, what Elliott waves like to do is they try to break up, like that, right, into a big impulse wave up. Maybe it fails sometimes, and then it does another ABC type of correction down there. And now you call this a 7-wave structure where you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then this gets denoted by the W, X, and Y. Imagine X for failure, okay? Like wrong, it just fails. That's why they call it X. And there's also triple Elliott wave combos as well, which we won't get into that, not yet. Not until it's necessary. So I think we are still finishing up this ABC correction here. And there's going to be one more wave. So let me show you guys one more tiny wave. Let me show you guys how this is wedging. So there's a lot of different ways to draw trend lines. I draw it usually from body to body, and I count the wicks as bull traps. Now, this looks really good like here, right? Looks great if I do like that, for example. It's pretty tight, in a very tight range. So I like to get 2 different variations. What I like to do is I like to get this, and I also like to get a lower time frame where I actually account for the wick as well. So just to get a gauge of major areas of support that bounces back when it gets to these regions. So something like that as well that I see right here, say, that's a pretty good region. Every time it gets into this region, it's heavily rejected, right? In this lower channel right there. So now I see even more trendline resistances as well. I see this one right here forming. That's sloped like that, okay? So what I'm noticing basically right now, I'm going to lower this one a little bit lower. That's a really good one as well, just like that. What I'm noticing right now is that it's apexing, and apex is when two critical points meet. And at an apex, something always happens, okay? So I think that, who knows? I'm keeping a really close eye on it because I want to trade IOTA and I want to hold it. I want to ride it for the next impulse wave. I think it's got a really good chance to do more than 50%. Like, that's a big amount, guys. And if I put in like 50K or something, like $1,000, and I make 25K in the next few weeks, like, yeah, wicked. So that's why I'm really timing these entries of mine. I'm not impatient, if you guys have noticed, right? I will do technical analysis for a week straight on a coin just so I can be one with the coin and I know exactly what's going on, and then I strike. I'm planning, guys. I'm like a predator and this is my prey. I'm gonna beat up these charts because I'm Asian and I know karate, okay? I'm gonna chop down these charts and I'm gonna follow it for a week and I'm gonna plan that entry and I'm gonna strike when it's the right time. And the time is actually almost soon. And I'm not even gonna wait for confirmation on this guy here probably. I'm probably just gonna assume that, okay, two things can happen. First of all, I'm gonna assume that a wedge is gonna be made in here, okay? I don't think it's gonna hold. I'll be really honest. I don't think that's gonna hold, right? At all. I mean, if I can draw any more trendline resistances, I really can't at all right now in this kind of time frame here. I mean, I can draw something like this maybe. That makes a channel coming down, right? Like that. So if you guys do notice, it does look like a channel that's coming down here as well. It's sloped. Not bad. Lots of relevant points here, right? This one didn't quite touch it, but this is a really relevant point it bounced off of. So we have to acknowledge all these things that, hey, this is wedging into here, but it doesn't mean it's going to break upwards, right? So I'm carefully keeping an eye basically in that zone there. If it falls below, you know, these trend lines there, I'm also keeping an eye on this zone as well to see if it falls into a lower region as well. Just kind of like in that zone there. So I like to color code my stuff just to give me an idea of where it can go, right? So I know that it's going to trend along either this line that I'm going to make purple or this line I'm going to make green because it goes with the green triangle there, right? Or maybe even this line here that'll make purple because it could trend down to this line as well. Okay? So I know somewhere in this region, guys, somewhere in this region, it's got to finish its fifth wave. And I'm ready, so ready. The volume is starting to pick up a little bit now. I'm not even looking at the candle, not doing candle analysis at all because I find it really irrelevant right now. What I think will give me the best indication is volume picking up. And like, you know, here we're getting a little bit more volume. People are getting interested right here. I think on a daily, I'll probably hunt for a really solid candle there. Like yesterday, you know, hammer, I was talking, oh, I didn't finish my video yesterday. That's right, I didn't release it. But yesterday I was saying that it finished off with a hammer, like how it did there, this one with a long wick. But this one had volume. This one really didn't have any volume at all. So I knew that the next day it was still going to continue down into this trend over here. So I'm carefully waiting, guys. Like I don't know where it's gonna land. That's the truth, right? But what we try to do is try to be reactive traders. We try to react to how conditions change, and we try to take information as the data comes in. So I can't help but think that there's you know, one more wave coming down here where it's going to do something like that probably because it's already in a like kind of in a channel already. It could hit this green line, maybe 215. Who knows? Maybe $2. Maybe it might go down to $2 over here. But I think that it will bounce above these regions here, like above $1.93. I think that this is too strong of a level for it to fall down to, just too much volume. And also we're very near the end. So I'm waiting between, we'll say, you know, $2 and $2.20 or something like that. I'm just super patient right now and waiting for the right time to enter this. Now let's do an analysis another way as well. I'm going to pull up my bitfinex here. All right, so here's bitfinex right now as well. Actually, sorry, let's go through indicators here first. On the daily chart, if you guys have noticed, take a look at this. Sorry if my energy is a little bit low right now. I had coffee, you know, and I feel great, but I don't think I slept enough last night. I slept about 4.5 hours only. I could not stop dreaming about Bitcoin. And especially about Ripple. Like it's I don't know if it's stressful or awesome, but I think about it a lot when I'm sleeping. It's like I'm dreaming about. It's like I dream about myself thinking about Bitcoin. It's like it's really weird. it's like I'm trying to analyze in my subconscious or something. I don't know. And sometimes when I wake up, I have like epiphany moments, like, whoa, I think I figured something out. And I'll rush to my computer right away, you know, and I'll write it down on the pen and paper sometimes just so I don't forget it. And yeah, so anyways, we see that it's kind of leveling out here, right? We see it just wants to snap back eventually, just level out like that, and then eventually go back up. Who knows how long it's going to take, but it seems like it wants to at least make a break upwards. We see it slowly leveling off here as well. Like the way I see this is that this is a pattern that wants to break, guys. See what I mean? Like I see this as a pattern that wants to break later on the RSI. Now on the 4-hour chart, for example, we're just hovering like in a really low zone as well, right? But we're getting higher high than here, than there, like a few days ago. But who knows how much lower it's going to go. So it is kind of like a neutral to bearish zone right now. Yeah, it's just bouncing around right now. So I find RSI and MACD kind of useless in the lower time frames, and I'm just mainly looking at the 4-hour one, which will be used as the main chart there, I think. And maybe if the 5-minute chart can get to like a very, very bullish scenario, like getting to high 85s, then that would be a really good time for me to enter a position as well. But I am looking between $2 and $2.15. Who knows, it might not even get to those levels, right? But what we need to acknowledge is that the bottom is very near right now. So even if it doesn't get to those levels, I don't care. I'll buy on confirmation. What I'm gonna basically be looking for is which chart was it? The hourly chart, actually. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the hourly chart to cross over, maybe the 3 hours. But the reason why I say hourly is because we haven't had a major crossover where the yellow line supported it and actually went on the uptrend since the 17th. Here we made an attempt, right? So what I think is the next hourly time where the moving average actually crosses over, where the yellow one's the bottom, that's going to be a really, really strong signal for me to enter a trade. So when's the last time we saw it like actually on an uptrend on the hourly? You know, like say here maybe? There, that'll be a good enough signal for me. And hopefully it'll trigger over to the 2-hour charts, the 3-hour charts, etc. So this is what I plan to do with my exponential moving average strategy. As soon as it starts to fan out like this again, I will enter it right there. For example, like if I were to have played that one, I would have set my stop loss and next swing low there. I would have just rode it until it crossed over. So lots of risk, right? Around right there, I would have just sold it. Just as an example, this one's only 3% profit. It was really crappy. But if you do it on other ones as well, like say, like during an actual uptrend, let's see if we can get anything here for you guys. Like here's on an actual uptrend when you use this strategy, right? And I think X can easily denote an impulse move up. The X will fan out. I'm very confident of it. So here it fanned out. I would have entered a trade anywhere there, okay? Like on a high time frame, like the 1 hour, it's high to me. I would have sold it right where it crossed over, where I've confirmed the downtrend, where the yellow line is actually above it. Do I see the yellow line above it anywhere? No, I don't. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. How far can I go? Right? How far can I go on an uptrend? And you would have sold it right around there for about a 400% profit. Actually, did it even cross over? Is the yellow line below it? Is the yellow line below? Have you confirmed an actual downtrend? Right there. This is when the yellow line is above. This is where you actually would have sold it. So you wouldn't have taken that much profit, but you were able to ride it all the way to the top, near the top. So here you would have taken 420% profit. So this is the exponential moving average strategy that I will be using, and very much so focused on IOTA when this crosses over here. So that's gonna be my confirmation, right? Like I'm saying that if I cannot catch the very bottom on this wave between $2 and $2.15, I'm saying if I can't catch that, then that's the strategy that I will be using to buy into strength once an uptrend is confirmed. So I do think that the bottom is very near. It could be between, who knows, I'm just going to throw out a number. Is the bottom near between $2 and $2.20 or something like that? So we have to acknowledge this major zone, right? This major zone right here. So you know what, maybe not that low. We're gonna make a note between like $2 and $2.30 or something like that, just to say is the bottom near around there. So good luck, guys. If you enjoy these videos, I'd really appreciate an upvote on Steemit. Make sure you guys also like, subscribe, and share to the content on YouTube and Twitter. Thank you very much for the support, guys, and have yourselves a great day. Bye now.